The purpose of this video is to explain the purpose of the source log, explain how it fits with your other assignments for this class, and then to show you how to complete the first entry so that you can get a start on collecting your sources. So for this class, you are, for assignment 1, going to pick one of the 5 articles I identified, and they are from 5 different subject areas, and you're going to write a summary on one of those 5 articles. For assignments 2 through 5, you're going to be working with a topic of your choice that fits into those 5 categories that I identified, and you're going to be finding your own sources to go along with that. For assignment 2, you need to have at least 3 sources. For assignment 3, you're going to need 6. For assignment 4, you're going to need 5. And for assignment 5, you're going to need at least 3. And so what we're going to be doing is on a week-to-week basis, building a list of sources. Now you can put something on your source list and then decide later, I don't want to use it. That's fine. But I want you in the different databases to be researching and finding sources. So here are the instructions, and then I'm going to actually walk you through in an example on this video so that you know what you're going to be doing. First of all, you want to download and save the chart on your computer or to your cloud storage or both. And I highly recommend always having a backup plan with your files. Save it to, email it to yourself, put it in the cloud, do something so you have it in 2 places. In case your computer crashes, you're going to be much happier to be able to be inconvenienced to get it from something else. Then you're going to, at the top of the page, fill in your research topic, a research question, and start identifying some keywords. And those keywords are going to be really important for searching in the databases. So if you notice on my example down here, I have research topic COVID-19, research question, will the COVID-19 pandemic ever end? And then for my keywords, I have COVID-19, I have end, and then I have permanent. And I kind of left some space there because I'm sure I will think of some other keywords with time, but that's all that I have at the moment. And notice the keywords came from the question. COVID-19, and then I have the word here, end, and then permanent is kind of a synonym of end, so that's where they came up with. You need to have at least 3 keywords to start with when you start searching. So you're going to come up with those keywords, fill that out, and then you're going to want to go to the databases, and then for entries 1 through 3, I've told you what database you need to use. You're going to use the opposing viewpoints, you're going to use Credo, and you're going to use ProQuest. For entries 4 and 5, you can use any one of the databases, but you need to be in the PGC databases. You want to search in the database to find information, and then copy the citation, answer the questions, save this all, and submit it to Blackboard. And preferably when you move on to the next source, you're going to use the same log so that when you get to assignment 3, you have all of your information together to create your annotated bibliography. That'll be in a later video, but it's going to make it a lot easier for you if you have the source log as you're working your way through. So to get to the PGCC databases, what you're going to want to do is go to the college website. There's several ways to get to the college library, but one of the easiest ones is from the home page to just scroll all the way down to the bottom and click on library. Once you get to the library, you're going to see this home page. And remember I said for the first 3 databases, I want you to use specific ones. So the easiest way to find that is to click on the A to Z database list. I said to use opposing viewpoints for the first one, so click on the O. And then notice it's right up here at the top. Click on opposing viewpoints. And here we are at the page. Now there's 2 ways to search once you're in the databases. You can either browse ideas, and then you come over here and there's a whole long list of ideas that you can browse. Or you can type what you're looking for in up here at the top. And once you type the words in, you're going to be given some different things that kind of pop up here and everything else. So here, controlling it's within our grasp. The end is not giving me necessarily what I'm looking for. So let's try COVID and permanent. And oh, look, I like this article right here. Notice it says, may variants make COVID-19 pandemic permanent. So I can either use the search box or I can use the browse ideas over here. And once I find an article, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it. And notice up here, there's some tools. So I'm looking at this article. I'm thinking, yep, this is what I want. You know, and notice it has some nice reading questions. Do we agree that it's going to be permanent? Do we think the vaccination should be mandatory? Herd immunity, you know, all of these different things. So we've got some different ideas there. So if I decide I'm going to use this article, I want to click on this citation. Notice it is giving me an MLA 9th edition citation right there. All I have to do is select, copy, go back over to my source log, and I am now just pasting my citation in there. Notice that's what it should look like. So here's my citation. General topic, COVID-19, specific subject, end or permanent. And then the key author's key points. I would go back over there and I would read it, but essentially he says the pandemic is not going away. And notice the better points you put in here, and then I'd answer the rest of these questions. I would read. Now, how this relates to your other sources, you won't be able to do for the first entry because you won't have any other sources yet, but how it would be useful in your project, questions or concerns or things that come up. But what you want to do is for each one of these sources, pull the citation. That way you'll have it when you are working on your annotated bibliography. And then really for this point down here where it says, you know, list 3 to 5 key points, questions, concerns, weaknesses, usefulness for your project, fill all of that information out. And then from there, once you've done that, you've answered all the questions, you're going to save your results, submit this to Blackboard, and for the next source assignment, preferably use the same chart. That way you're going to have everything together. So if you have saved your chart, you can just keep working on the chart. So back to why we're doing this and the purpose and all. For assignments 2 through 5, you're going to need a number of sources. You need to have sources from the databases. You're eventually going to need to have a peer-reviewed source. We'll talk about that in another video. But the idea is that you will be able to build your source list over the course of a week of time. Now, notice they're kind of spread out. Do one source here, do one source there. If you want to, you can complete all 5 of these source annotations and upload the chart in week 2 of the class. I'm perfectly fine with that if you want to complete the task early or if you want to space it out. The only reason I had for spacing it out was to try not to overwhelm you, but feel free to do it all at once if that'll make it as easier. So I hope that answers any questions, and if you do have questions, definitely ask, but this was to help you through that process. And to find the other databases, you just click on the appropriate letter of the alphabet. Hope that answers some questions. Take care.